Yo, what's up, everyone out there? Ori and the Blind Forest fans, I hope you guys are ready for another All Skills tournament race. And today we have the number 13 seed, Covert Muffin, against the number 36 seed, Fant_TV. My name is Trojan212, and for this commentary, I am joined by the one and only Cleanfell. How are you doing, bud?
Yo, what is up, Trojan? I'm doing very nice. Hope you all are ready, and this is gonna be a good one. I'm excited. Covert's been a fun guy to watch throughout the tournament, and Fant as well, because Fant's been massively improving from the start of the tournament to now.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that. Covert has been bringing out his, his own unique grenade jump style to the tournament, and Fant, improving a lot, and actually just took out J-Hobbs in the previous losers bracket one, which was, I wouldn't say it was like a massive upset, but it was a tiny upset, based on PV and whatnot. But, this match should be really interesting because Fant has continued to improve quite a bit. And both of these runners in the past have brought up the fact that they're very nervous when it comes to race settings. So you never know how that can affect, the lead changing in a match.
Yeah, definitely. And I believe both runners actually have PB'd quite recently, so this is gonna be pretty exciting to watch. You did talk about the about how Covert had his own little style of the grenade jumps, but because we're so far into the tournament, at this point you just want to win and not really do anything too risky. So I believe from this point on, Muffin won't be doing any what's 20 seconds. We'll just be seeing the basic all skills route that everyone loves. Well, maybe they don't love it, but we got to do it.
Yeah, definitely. And from Fant's side, just got a 33-34 today, so fresh off of a PB, and probably is hoping to get that race time improved. Oh my God, Covert, please. Showing the Crow's Nest cutscene right before the race. Oh gosh.
Come on.
Well,
no time for that.
I have a question I always ask. Are we going to see some color codes here at the start?
You never know, but with Covert, I'd see more likely for Covert actually to pull off a color code. So we shall see. But the plain white Ori, it's beautiful on its own, really.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. So with that, we are now officially off. We are going to see the runners go down and grab Spirit Flame, aka our companion sign, as our first skill. And from there, going to do a little bit of a Frankie fight. We have Covert on KBM and Fant on controller, so they're going to be doing a little bit different techniques here. You're going to see a little bit different pacing on their shots. I'm unsure if Covert uses scroll wheel for this. He likes a lot of things manual, like the grenade jump, obviously is very manual. He likes those types of things, so we'll see if he opts to do the scroll wheeling stuff.
Yeah, that is true, and because Fant's on controller, he's going to do that time shots even with controller. Like with KBM runners, be like, man, that's impossible, but controller others, they get that pretty well, and it looks like Covert's doing that mashings that we're seeing.
Yeah, so a little bit of a lead early on for Covert. Not too much to talk about as far as crazy stuff going on, but one thing to talk about is in the early game, the biggest thing that affects a lot of these runners is the RNG of pickups and the animation stacking that they try to go for. Oh, just like you saw on Covert's screen, getting a health cell right there as he was trying to optimize some jumping. So can throw off the runners a little bit, but not too big of a deal. They're experienced runners, so they understand how to adjust for this.
Yeah, for the most part, the route for all skills is pretty very linear, and you know what to do at what points. But yeah, this first section, you're not really sure what's going to happen. Am I going to get a nice wall jump time? Because it all depends with, again, the RNG of the health drops or the energy. Looks like Covert had to go for the 2 HP Ghost Door, while Fant had the 1, which actually put him in the lead a bit.
Yeah, on top of that, I think Covert accidentally jumped instead of falling through the platform. if you're unaware of how platforms work, you actually have to press down and then the jump button in order. So that's why some people will accidentally jump right there. You'll see that from time to time. So that does give Fant a tiny bit of lead. Oh, but Fant a little bit of issue grabbing that plant right there, but does get a proper boost off that slime. So not that big of a deficit. It's kind of swinging back and forth right now.
Yeah, and you'll expect to see that in this area where all we can do to optimize our movement is just to jump and hop and whatnot, dodge these slimes, as both guys are going to be heading down to the wall jump area, and we'll see how they go for their level up here to get an easier time out of here. Looks like Fant leveled up on the way down, while Covert's going to level up on the way up.
Okay, so looks like we are going to be getting, it looks like a 324 from Covert and a 327 from Fant. So about 3-second delta at wall jump. That's about what we would expect, you know, from the runners and their just relative PBs. So all's kind of, you know, pretty solid with the world at this point, but going towards Blackroot Burrows and a lot of this, you know, kind of micro optimization movement, we'll see if any more lead changes come about here in the next few minutes.
Yeah, and while even though if you mess up a jump or two in here, it definitely does not hurt as much as actually taking a death. Because in this is probably the area where I suspect Covert and Fant to be the most worried about, because a death in here will set you off for just the rest of the run, and it'll be super hard to catch up.
Yeah, like that elbow movement you just saw them see with those slimes, that's very, very, you know, optimized so that you take a bit of a boost and get up there with a jump relatively quickly, because if you don't, you can get hit by that top slime and it just throws your whole rhythm off. So Covert is just deciding he's going to go genocide route, is killing every slime on the way over there. I mean, these slimes probably have a family, but we're not going to worry about that for right now. And coming up to the save anywhere to go into Blackroot Burrows, and they're going to be skipping a cutscene with the save anywhere.
That is right. So this is, again, another part of the run. We'll see a little bit different strats from each runner. Depends on how they want to go about it. And yeah, it looks like Covert is going to have it kind of an interesting one, because as you'll see come up in a few minutes, he'll actually go for another save anywhere right after the Blackroot cutscene skip, where he'll save after doing the Frankie walk.
Yeah, definitely. Ooh, Fant's sliding off the top of that last platform. Thankfully, it's right next to that landing area, so can be a little bit safe on that one. Covert gets up there with a nice first jump, and then Fant got up there on second try. So a little extra lead building right here for Covert, but going into the spooky lantern section, taking a little bit of damage. So got to be careful. Can't take any more hits, I believe.
Yeah, I'm not sure when the last time Covert saved in Blackroot. Fant has already saved twice in Blackroot, and there's Covert's save. That's to manipulate these cycles coming up, so he gets a nice 8 cycles, so we don't have to waste any 8 seconds, because that's how long these cycles last in Blackroot. Fant just about gets it. Very nice.
Yeah, barely squeaked in right there. I thought he was going to die to the laser before that, because he was going for a really aggressive pattern right there with his jumping, but does not actually get hit by the back in the laser. Kind of an interesting note. You'll notice on lasers in Ori in general from other races and now, where a lot of stuff, the hitbox is front-loaded, that it kind of also speaks for the lasers. If you go towards the very kind of end of the laser animation, you won't actually get killed. That's pretty consistent. So you'd see the same thing going on with this laser, as Covert is coming up to pull his lever and go towards this darkness cutscene skip.
Yeah, that was a little speak for Fant, because that platform didn't look to be loaded all the way in, but again, the visuals may not be as accurate as what's actually there. So he did get that, and Covert is, look at that XP. That's beautiful right there.
Yo, I'm loving it from both sides. We had Covert that had the hashtag calculated of being 1 away, and we had another hashtag calculated the other way, with Fant being perfectly 19 XP, which is what the Frankie gives you from the Frankie walks. So, That's pretty funny. I don't know if I've really seen that kind of dichotomy.
You got some brainiacs in here, I guess. They knew exactly what they were going to do, and so far, they're doing. Both of them are doing really well, getting about a 7:30 dash time.
Yeah, and this is do not adjust your television screen or whatever you're watching this off of, but Covert is doing a save anywhere. This is specifically pretty much for him. He gets some weird like load times in and lags issues at the end of the Frankie walk, so just decides to do the save anywhere. So he's going to level up regroup here and is not going to do the blind movement that you see a lot of runners do later on a double jump.
Yeah, it's actually kind of a fun little strat here because this is another big area where runs can just be killed instantly because this is a very spooky area. And I actually kind of like this because you're not sure if the Frankie will drop energy, but you don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah, there you go. It right there. And both of them get their Frankie walk. Covert is past Frankie, is not opting to do Death Glide. And Fant gets past his, is opting to do the Death Glide, see if he gets it, and okay, takes the little damage boost, so it does get it. That is still saving time, so really great job by Fant right there.
Yeah, that was nice. He did get that health from the Bramble he killed, so that was pretty lucky and very nice of him. So they're both heading down to double jump. We got some fun Grotto cycles, and Forward actually has a 0% so far, and not anymore though. Very nicely done. That
was the... Oh, they both get it. Oh! Very nice. And Fant was actually... Oh, no, but Fant got hit by... Okay, he just barely makes it over the top. That's the value of dash, but doesn't make the Crusher cycle because he had to take the slow route. So this is actually what he got from the Grotto cycle is null and void now. So that is a huge problem for Fant. And Covert opens up quite a bit of a lead with that hit Grotto cycle.
It definitely... That was still definitely a time save because he did get that Grotto cycle. That was very nicely executed by both runners, and both of them, despite a little bit of lead there, both of them are at double jump at a really nice time of sub 10 minutes.
Yeah, and Covert did not do the blind movement, as you saw, is making the way back up to grab our third energy cell and go towards Grotto skip. And Fant, not too far behind, had a solid blind movement and is going to opt to take a... Well, I think he was hoping to get the solid double jump movement, but is going to drop a safety save regardless right there. And Covert with the first try. Very nice.
Yeah, that's not the hardest trick in the world, but it's always a good feeling to get these tiny tricks on the first try, as Fant will attempt this Grotto skip as well to not let us go to the left side of Grotto. It's a little bit of fall, but I'll try it again. There you go. Second try. Very nice.
Yeah, exactly. Covert doing a cutscene glitch right here at the top of the Gumo shaft area. Going to grab the water vein. So probably a delta of about 15 to 20 seconds at this point. Not too much of a difference. And as we go towards the Ginso tree, as we've seen in a lot of races, that can be where... a lot of stuff changes around. Although Fant's having a bit of problems with that little wraparound double jump, but does get it on the third attempt, and is going to do their their cutscene skip as well.
Yeah, and yeah, that one double jump there for Fant with the overhang there. That's definitely a hard one. Some people just can go to the left and go back. And getting that in the first try will save some time. And that's kind of just the whole like feeling of this section, like just being able to save those tiny seconds with having clean movement. And Covert's been having pretty nice moves so far. He's gonna go with this ability cell up here and head on to Ginso.
Yeah, Covert's actually just been on an absolutely blazing pace right now. Oh, but takes a dip into that spinner right there. Is still going to get the good cycle because it was on the front end of that cycle to begin with. So going to probably take this a little bit slower, and let's see if he does the damage boost. It does indeed. Okay, so it's going to be at 1 HP going into Ginso, but did get... but didn't get the cutscene glitch. It's going to lose him a few seconds. Some very frantic mouse waving right there.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't know. He was going a little too fast for for Gumo standards there, tried to go for the super fast cutscene skip, but in the end, skipping that cutscene only saves about a few seconds, so I did not lose much time, and it's still a pretty close races. Fant is entering about to enter Ginzo as well.
Yeah, and you saw on the screen from Covert's side, actually about 5 seconds faster than the best tournament race time for Enter Ginzo. So really great pace on Covert's side. Fant looks like it's about 25 seconds, a little bit behind theirs, but definitely a bunch of time to be able to catch up through this mid-game portion. And I have a question for you, Clean. Are you ready for some horizontality?
Yeah, that's right. Look at how horizontally Covert's moving through those like teleporters there. That's very nicely done.
And a little bit of an auto scroller here, so not too much going on here on Covert's side.
Yeah, so we're soon going to approach another part of the RNG of this run, which is the mini boss, which can spawn at 1 of 5 locations, and it always spawns in the bottom right corner, and we hate it for doing that. So there you go. Here we go.
Oh, Fant, a little bit of
that was
just right there.
Oh man.
Sometimes if you go too aggressively through that last teleport, it could be bad times.
Yeah.
You can get thrown directly into the spikes instead of getting past them. So meanwhile, Covert just blazing, I believe, might have gotten a 5 cycle right there. So really great job by Covert.
That was a very nice mini boss, and we hope the same for Fant. And now we're about to get Bash. That'll be one of the most fun skills in the game, which allows for some really awesome movement and more of the great tricks we have coming up.
Yeah, definitely. Fant about 1 hit away, gets it right there as Covert is grabbing Bash. And yeah, that was indeed a 7 cycle from Fant. Thank you to the stats for confirming that. So Covert got a couple cycles right there of extra lead. And so it definitely is widening right now as we're getting to see some beautiful use of Bash right here in this redirect puzzle. This is some of my favorite movement in the whole run on top of Misty.
That's right. I'm really excited, and I mean, it's not really one you see in other types of games where you can just bash off of anything, or he's like, nah, I'm just gonna bash off of anything and everything, and that was actually a really interesting damage boost there, from Covert to be able to set this key tube up.
Oh, having a little oh man, almost got pushed away right there, but thankfully still within the span of the radius of the door. So very good job by Covert getting their key dupe. Oh, doing this. Oh, was going for this brand new setup that actually just got found very recently, but got clipped underneath that part of the spike, so couldn't get the fast setup. So unfortunately lost some time to do that. As Fant is, I believe, has not done key dupe yet. Yeah, has not done key dupe yet, is doing the key dupe right now. And let's see, he gets it. And very nice from Fant's side.
Yeah, that's a trick that could just be annoying to not get on the first try, but both runners are going to get it on the first try. So now we're just about to leave Ginzo and head on over to the swamp. But we got a frog to manipulate here before we can get in there.
Yeah, and one other minor thing, Covert does do the early C-dash route, so opting to get that 200 XP right now early on, and is gonna opt for the opt for the blind movement, but we got a nice see of the options menu a couple times right there.
Some very nice options.
On. Yeah, hey, Ori is full of options, and you can turn VSync on and off. You can turn motion blur. Don't know why he took that intentional death though right there. Maybe just to reset the frog position.
Yeah, I think so. So now here we are. He's not gonna go for the double bash type of movement. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay.
The frog still killed the platform.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Covert's like, nah, that was all bad. That was nothing but bad.
He almost got sniped again right there, but he thankfully gets it. Let's see if he gets the bash. Oh, misses the second bash. Oh no, but he kills the frog.
Oh,
this is Fant. If Fant gets his first try, we'll have a lead change right here. Oh no.
Oh, I think Fant got a bash bug there. Or a trash bash is what they say on the controllers. I think we have a controller person in the stats to confirm. Yeah, it was a trash bash. And wow, they're both messing up here.
So we're on like 5th try for Covert and 3rd try for Fant right now. This is turned from swamp entry into like the thing in the Black Lagoon, that type of like swamp. That's what it's turning into, because this has been a kind of a nightmare for. Oh my God, Covert is getting incredibly trolled right now by these frog shots. Oh, okay, he does finally get it. Is he gonna drop a safety save? Not yet. Okay, but he gets past the Rhino, and please drop a safety save, Covert. You need to put the keys in there, buddy. All right, I think Covert might be have had enough with that trick right there.
And Fant is through as well. That was very bold of him to kill the frog before even letting it see that the platform was destroyed. But it was, so both are through after some little frog spaghetti. Oh, that doesn't sound actually too appetizing.
Yeah, so one thing I want to note, because Covert mentioned this, if he does not get around a 1730 at Stomp, he's going to like not feel great about it. So the fact that he came in around a little under a 19 is going to probably worry him quite a bit. The only thing, I don't know how much he knows. I think he might be just focused on his game right now, but Fant is still behind him. So definitely, oh, and a little bit of a trash bash right there from Fant again. So man, not proving well for him so far with these bashes.
Yeah, so Covert does not watch his opponent, so he has no idea where Fant is. Fant could have taken the lead, but again, both of them had their own kind of spaghetti on the swamp entry. But now both are leaving swamp. Finally, don't have to go back to the dirty swamp again. And now we're just gonna see some. Oh, we're gonna see a bird. Actually, that's progressive right now.
Yep, we are indeed going to see our good friend Kuro right here. So that's gonna give Fant an opportunity to grab 17, pretty much, quote unquote free seconds if he can get it right here, and is gonna drop a save. Let's see if he missed it, opts for a reload, or if he's gonna do what Covert does and not go for it. Oh, he does see. Okay, but is gonna opt for it. So no difference between the two runners. Oh, Covert, good lord, did not get the stomp stall quite correct right there, but it's still fine.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. We're actually kind of seeing mess ups of the same exact tricks for both of our runners so far. So again, the delta here between two runners it's kind of been constant throughout the run. Oh no! Fant's stomp was a little too low, and we'll have to quickly go through these annoying spiders again.
Yeah, I think this might be some of the nerves gained to Fant. Honestly, both of the runners, and Covert unfortunately did not bait the Frankie all the way down. So unfortunately had to burn some energy and go across. Does get the dash glide though behind the save anywhere right there. So a nice adaptation from Covert. Is going to probably have to watch his energy a little bit while going through this upcoming section.
Yeah, and I believe there he leveled up charge dash there. Yep, so you can get a little bit of maybe not the most early charge dash route, but it's earlier than what the normal time to get charge dash. So and so now both runners are heading to the left side. We call it the left side because it's basically everything from Valley to the fun spiky section of Sorrow to the great movement section of Misty.
Man, Covert was really going out of his way for that energy. Like, went back down, did some sweet air dashes all around there, just showing off some movement. I was going up to fast almost right now. We did get a delta at Charge Flame True. It was 39 seconds. So if Fant has a really clean split, can probably make up a little bit of that. Okay, the shot looked good. I don't know if oh no, Covert hitting that is really bad.
But I don't know.
Oh, he did hit it. So he unfortunately gets what we consider sad Celis right there. So that's going to be a bit of an issue for Covert. Let's see how he adapts to that.
Yeah, he does do the early charge dash route, so it shouldn't affect him too much, but I wasn't sure what his plan of action there was. He just kind of like just stood there to see what happened, and yeah, the shot did hit, so he will be one ability cell behind, but it may not affect his route too much.
Fant coming up to his one that might have been a bit high, although his movement has been pretty solid so far. Is going to opt to take the damage boost and does indeed get it. Really great job by Fant. So let's see what Covert does to correct this. And great job by Fant to catch up a little bit of time right there.
Yeah, that was very nicely done. And despite the seed differences here in our numbers, I mean, both runners are the 36 seeded Fant is keeping up with Covert very nicely. They're only about one area apart is Sorrow, and we're just about to get to the charge jump tree as Fant begins his fun-filled Sorrow Bash.
Yeah, so what's going to affect Covert right here is because he goes for early charges, he's leveled up more, so his XP is actually going to be messed up because you normally get 2 extra ability cells and you're all fine and dandy. But because of that, he is at 287, and the Misty mini boss only gives 250. So we'll have to see how he corrects with it. Ooh, as Fant takes a death, but has a really good safety save right there to continue to keep trying this.
Yeah, Sorrow Bash is definitely one that's hard to get first try. He gets a very nice second try, so he's into Sorrow, and both runners now are going to go through the fun Dorito spiked cave to get the Sunstone and then head on down to Misty. Oh, Fant actually kills the frog there, but luckily he does get that rocket jump off the slime, so that did not hurt too much. Fant does not go for the safety save there, so we'll have to see. Hopefully he can get through here. Yes, he does.
Okay, and is going to opt to do a slightly longer SA from the store. You've got to be worried about it from the standpoint of the jumping, but experienced controller runner can be used to where to put the cursor.
That's right.
Covert realizing right there, it's a mistake. Opts to grab that 150 XP right there. So I think XP should 100% be fine now for Covert.
Yeah, at this point, we only really need one more ability point to skip the long, old-fashioned father cutscene down in the light grenade area. So as long as we can get some XP from here to grenade, we should be all right. Looks like Covert is all right. And now he's heading to Misty. Fun-filled movement galore.
Yeah, one of for a lot of people, their favorite movements. Ooh, Covert taking 3 damage right there from the flower. So, and is also only on 1 energy. Let's see if he opts to take a safety save, as Fant is still keeping generally good pace as compared to Covert right now. Is just grabbing Sunstone currently.
Yeah, will be a little spooky here because these spikes do 3 damage, and he's got 1 damage, and if he gets hit, that's you do the math there. He actually does take a save, and I believe that brings him up to 3 now, but that's still not enough. But don't worry, he had to save. So he's fine.
And that is the value of safety save, boys and girls, right there.
That is absolutely correct. I mean, because Covert's not watching, he may not know where Fant is, but I mean, it's always just nicer to just waste an energy to save and not opt to take some really bad deaths, because I'm not sure when was the last time he saved before that.
I believe Fant put a save right at the start of Misty, kind of near where you glide across normally. So is fine. It's not too far back at this point. Covert having some really nice, clean movement at the start of the second half. I mean, oh, and I say that, and I'm sorry, Covert. You can blame me for that if you watch this back.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Not seeing any grenade jumps in Misty because, again, he's not going to get grenade first, just doing the classic Misty without grenade jump. It's still pretty awesome on its own. I mean, I gotta say. And Fan as well, making Misty look easy peasy.
Yeah, very much so. So Fanta climb right now. Covert coming quickly up to the mini boss after grabbing that last keystone. Let's see, opts for safety save because can get one shot by a couple things in that mini boss fight and has 2 energy, so has 1 extra. And yeah, is gonna grab this extra. Oh no, is not gonna. Okay, is not gonna opt, but does get the quick kill anyway. Very nice from Covert.
That's right. That was super nicely done. And so he's got that level up, so we can skip that one final cutscene. And is on his way to get the last keystone for leaving. I believe he does have. He should be okay if he gets a hit on the spikes. I'm not too sure, but let's just make sure he's safe and all is well. Yes, he is fine. He is fine. All right.
Everything is fine. There's nothing to panic about. So Covert heading back to Blackroot Burrows and is going to grab final skill here, which is Light Burst or Light Grenade as we like to call it. It's kind of like throwing a grenade. And from there is going to head off to Horror Rafter. But first going to do a little bit of save glitching on this lever and a long save anywhere. Very nice. This is a little more optimal so you don't have to waste the energy later or the time to set down a save.
Yeah, it just means that you pretty much won't be able to tell what's going on Covert's screen for a little bit. So let's just watch Fanzy. Doesn't get the quickest kill of the mini-boss, but I mean, still pretty quick nonetheless. And so he's almost out of Misty. And Covert's got his save, so he's almost at grenade.
Yeah, nice dump of energy right there to get to there. Oh, Fanta accidentally, I think, might have charge dashed right there. But should be fine still on energy. You can always opt for a save at the teleport well over here if he needs to get some more, but I think he should still be fine.
That's right. There's the grenade jumps that we all know and love from Covert there. Gonna do some rocket jumps to get out of here. Oh no!
Oh, so okay, that's good information though for him because knows that did not get the optimal Joka cycle, so is gonna probably play it a little bit safer on the way back. Probably just gonna rocket jump and then feather until it's done. So that is unfortunately taking a death, but that is good information.
Definitely, yeah. So he's just gonna opt to climb up the wall here, and a little bit high five from our runners is Carter's just about to leave here. He's got a boulder. Oh, he's gonna do for this grenade jump. Oh, that's a nice one.
Oh yeah, nice. Getting some a nice stomp cancel in right there as well. So very nice movement from Covert in that section. Fans coming up to the infamous racist dad cutscene right here. Having a little bit of struggles getting the. Oh, good lord, where's Ori right now? Okay, way up there. Oh, Ori's way in the air. Okay.
Ori's on the roof.
Apparently, apparently, Fan decided today was the time to raise the roof. So. Yeah. So okay. Anyway, Covert. Oh man, I haven't thought of that song in ages. I don't know why that made me think of that.
Well, it did, and it happened. So there you go. Covert's almost at. Oh, he's gonna go for the space nade. Oh, the rock.
Oh shit! Oh god, Covert. I don't think he meant to air dash right there, but that was a nice save on his part. Does not get these grenade jumps. As we see Fan getting that optimal Joka cycle setup. So very nice job by Fan, making up a bit of time on Covert right there. So with some good movement and maybe some door ripper late escape spaghetti by Covert, might have to force Covert to do the final grenade jump. Like I guess Covert would probably just do the grenade jump regardless at this point.
Yeah, and it's I mean it's Covert. I mean he's got grenade jumps like everywhere, and it's actually not getting the first try door warp. You can still save some time by getting it some number of tries, but I mean, Fan's still making his way. He's doing some really nice movement so far. He's going to get the 6 health cell as he heads on. There you go. Covert gets the go over Bulwark.
Okay, very nice from Covert. So Covert is through, although at this point I don't know, he doesn't know, but he's obviously going to go for the grenade jump at this point. But I don't even know if he has amount of time if Fant gets a couple, first couple tries for Door Warp. A nice dump of energy to get across to the door. And this is still a relatively close race. This is still anyone's game.
Yeah, it's still super close. Covert is making his way, though, through the final escape. He's got to conserve his energy for, again, the final grenade jump. Actually going to do one right here. Very nice. And he's also got to conserve his health for this fish the fish that's coming up.
Oh, that was not a very good stomp from Covert. I wonder if he's going to be okay. And does barely make it out right there and does not spawn Kuro.
That was close.
That was so incredibly close. It's going to come up on the final grenade jump, gets the position, goes for it, and no soft lock. That is a GG for Covert.
Wow, that was, besides the fish there being a little weird, that was one of the cleanest final escapes I've seen. And my name's Cleanfell. I mean, you can't get much more clean than that, but very nicely done from Covert.
I mean, obviously, based on your name, you are certified to talk about anything that is very clean. So
that's right.
I definitely value your opinion in this matter.
Yeah, I can confirm. Very clean. Fant doesn't get, I believe, some very nice fish despite having 6 health, and he is he's got dodged that little meteor there, and he's gonna go for the final grenade jump as well.
Ooh, that looks a bit high. Okay, good job not going for that. That one looks a little bit better, and yes, gets through. GG to Fant as well. So this ended up being a pretty close race overall.
No, yeah, Fant, despite being the lower seed here, did not give Covert any room to, just finish out the escape as normal without the grenade jump. I mean, it was close, and Fant gave it his all. Sadly, was not enough to overcome the better runner of Covert Muffin, but was still an excellent performance.
Yeah, so, but man, really great job by Covert. Ended up with a 34-minute flat, and then Fant's going to come in with a 34:50. So GG to the runners, man. Within a minute of each other, I would call that a pretty close race, in my opinion.
Definitely. That was very nicely done from both runners, and those were some good ones. I like the races, and we'll see if we can get our runners in here for an after game interview.
Yeah, it looks like they're both on deck, and I believe we are joined by both Covert and Fant. GG, guys, and congrats, Covert, on your victory.
Thanks, GG.
So I just want to start off and ask you, Swamp Entry.
Yep, that happens.
What were your thoughts during Swamp Entry?
Well, first of all, when I realized I was on a sub 1220 pace at Ginso Tree Entry, that kind of like freaked me out. So I'm definitely hiding my timer next time. But it was just like race nerves mixed with sub 31 nerves, and I just completely botched it. And the more I kept trying, the more flustered I got, and I spiraled. But, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it was definitely, apart from that, pretty solid performance overall. Fant, as well, had some spaghetti in Swamp Entry, which I don't know if it was nerves as well. So, Fant, overall, how are you feeling about the race? Did you have any nerves, or did you ever feel relaxed during this race?
Really, for this race, like, the nerves weren't too much, but I'm really mad because I don't know if it's like a problem with like the DLL or stuff, because I was like replacing stuff the other day. And I was just having the hardest time with trash bashes. I noticed it like a couple times when I was doing like key dupes. I was like, wait, what the heck's going on? So from that point on, I had to like be really, really careful, like aiming all my bashes, and just like so many times it just like went over in some direction. I couldn't figure it out, and yes, that really threw me off.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Again, same with Covert. There was a very excellent performance, and finishing a sub-minute apart from each other. I mean, you did give Covert a run for his money. It was overall, very nicely done.
All right, throwing it back to Covert. So with this victory, you now move on to the lower bracket finals, and you're going to be coming up against the number 20 seed, Mr. Randomson. What are your general thoughts for that match, and anything you're going to do to particularly prepare for it?
Yeah, I think I'm going to do a lot more like no resets without any music. Right? Like usually I have like a playlist of music in the background, either it's like jazz or drum and bass or something. And that usually helps me like get away from my nerves. But because that's sort of an incapability for this tournament, I definitely need to get used to more of just having the game and that be my sole focus. But besides that, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable. I just recently bopped him on the leaderboard with like a minute of spaghetti in my PB. So that's like really exciting. And then being able to pull out a sub 12:20 if I hadn't botched the cutscene skip there on Ginso entry gives me a lot of confidence in the early game, because I know my late game is really strong, especially my final escape. So it's definitely excited to meet him again in the lower bracket, and whoever wins that match is going to have to face Raziel. So even if I lose, I'll still be like, oh, thank goodness I don't have to do that.
Raziel, no.
Yeah, but definitely excited to see you continue racing on Covert, and overall, very nice job.
Great,
and
thanks, guys.
Fant, sadly, this is your last race of the tournament, but you've improved greatly over the course of this tournament, going from, I believe, around maybe a 38 time to a 33. So overall, how are you feeling about your performance throughout the tournament?
Honestly, I'm not too pleased with my performance here. I mean, this is definitely a race I could have won. I was watching the stream and it was really, really frustrating dying where I did, and just like going out in a race like this, I'm not too pleased. I should have done way better than I showed today.
I don't want to harp on it. Sorry, I don't want to harp on it too much, but was there any in particular that you were really frustrated with?
Well, one was the double bashes, or not the double bashes, just the bashes and like the controller and like all, like there were some really crazy trash bashes in there. I don't know if you noticed. One of them in particular was the save anywhere into light grenade. I have no idea what happened there, and
then
like I just went into orbit. Yeah,
you're on the roof.
Yeah, I don't even know. I didn't even know you could get up there, but yeah, so stuff like that just was really, really frustrating. And I mean, I was pleased with the early game, like wall jump was whatever, but I'm finally getting some consistency on dash, so that's feeling really nice, man. Going 100% on the early grotto cycles, that was really nice to do this tournament.
Awesome as well. And I believe you didn't even have a 0% grotto and grotto cycle going into this race, so I mean, it was very nicely done.
Yeah, I've never missed the grotto cycle when I've been going for it in a race. Like the first 3 races, I didn't go for it. Then after that, I've gotten it every time, and I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, it's really awesome. It's great to see that improvement when you're like practice the trick a bunch, and it's like, okay, now I feel like this just is normal. Yeah, it's a normal movement.
Yeah, I never get it in practice, but I seem to always get it in the races. So it's a nice morale boost.
Definitely. And so with that, we still have one more race. So if you enjoyed this one a lot, stay tuned. In a couple minutes, we will be showing you another pretty close race of Smashy versus Sully. So stay tuned for that. That'll be pretty exciting. That'll be commented by Shed, and I believe Bulligen and Trojan. Any last words about the race we just watched?
It was a really fun race. We got to see some good lead changes in the early game and some kind of seesawing with deltas later. So it never really became ever out of hand, which is always great to see in a race setting. So definitely enjoyed, and thank you for doing this commentary with me, Clean Phil. It was a pleasure.
Oh yeah, always fun. The Trojan Dude and Clean Phil are signing off for now. We'll see you later.
See you at the next race, guys. Bye.